Ah, you've got the good camo on this guy. I love the sharks. Sharky shark. You know what? I'm gonna do this. Because when's the last time you've had a screenshot that looks kind of like this? We'll make this my cover shot. Because it just looks so stupid and hilarious. Rawr! We're coming for ya. Alright, the Worcester is kind of like a miniature Atlanta. It's... Okay, kitty cat. On my lap or off. Not next to my mouse. I need freedom. There we go. It's like an Atlanta, except it does not have torpedoes. But you can see it's got defensive fire, hydro over here, radar, and it even has repair party. So it's got all the fixins, and thank you, I'm in here for using premium consumables. Bye.
General quarters.
Alright, while we get started here, I'm in here is going to get hooked up with a community contributor container. This will most likely be the last replay for the day. I'd love to get to all of them, guys. There just isn't enough time, and I have things to do today as well. So, sorry. And yeah, I'm in here. What gives? Oh, there you go. I don't know if I would say it doesn't get demolished by heavy cruisers. I've demolished quite a few with in ranked with my Henri. Sorry, Sean. Go ahead, like I said, send me other replays after the patch drops. So I think the patch will drop on Wednesday. So send me those replays from like Thursday, Friday. And you have a good chance to get your replay in there. Okay, first thought, your team is lemming training hard for D. They want the D. So you can choose to loiter around A cap. If you do so, you're going to be kind of alone. So you have to be really careful that you don't expose your shots and stuff at the beginning, because we don't know where their team is going. Don't know why you waited until he disappeared to shoot. Once the patch hits, I'm not able to cover replays from the previous patch. It invalidates all of the previous replays. So, unfortunately, I'm only going to be able to cover replays from this patch today. And this will be the last one. Like I said, we'll be able to get more replays featured next weekend from the newer patch. So, the nice thing is, you get a good chance of getting those games in. Hello, CrossFit Jesus. That's a funny name. And yeah, I'm in here. If you had been more aggressive earlier, sure, you could have been a game changer in terms of killing those destroyers. But the thing is, you don't know where the enemy ships are just yet, and it's a big risk putting yourself out there with so many ships, especially battleships here. I didn't talk about the lineup, but threat. Okay, broadside threats here. And these guys, not really a threat. So, you know, you have to figure out where are the battleships first. Yamato, of course, is the biggest concern, and Jean Bart. Those guys are over there, along with North Carolina, Conqueror, Bismarck. In other words, they all lemming trained over to decap as well. I'm in here seeing that, and now he's moving up to the next island here. He got spotted, so that means it's time for radar, and it's time to gun down a Shimakaze. Yeah, courageous. You know, I just try to cover replays one day per weekend, couple hours. It usually gives me enough content for a week of releases, and I try not to get too far ahead of that, because if I do, then I end up with a situation where, like, over the summer I was a full month ahead on my replays, and that's just not good. Because then people are like, you know, waiting and waiting and waiting for their content to come out. So trying to find that good balance there. Unfortunately, the Shimakaze did not die right off the bat there. You've got the Hydro up, which is good. Just be careful with that Otago coming in. That Asashio, by the way, is in a really bad spot. There's no reason for him to be where he's at. His torpedoes won't kill the, won't hit the Otago or any of that kind of stuff. So the nice thing though is in a Worcester, in this kind of a setup, you're pretty invulnerable as long as you don't get torped. And yeah, I agree. No need to switch targets there. I'm sure you're trying to do the toggle because you want to save your destroyer buddies over there. But I mean, you've got the Shimakaze right in front of you here. This is a bit of a misplay in my opinion. Nice torpedo beats. All right, I'm gonna do the torpedo beat picture again because why not? The shark avoiding the fish, right? Yeah, something like that. It's good. Alright, good enough. Yeah, it comes down to target priority here, man. You are the destroyer slayer, and you must at all costs destroy the destroyers. There you go. Now you should be going after the Akizuki. I would be turning the ship north as well. There you go. The Otago went and wrecked the destroyer division. To be honest, that's on them. They made a bunch of mistakes. So it is what it is. I disagree with using DCP here.
Torpedoes to port. Problem solved, sir.
Because you don't know if the Otago is going to get a salvo or two on you, set you on fire, that sort of thing. I would be coming up to this island now. This island is going to give you a really good position to block A cap. If he's a Otago player that you would think he is, he might have beached for one, right? And then back up and then go into A cap. So I want to put myself in a position to stop him from going into the A cap. And to me, that's going to be sitting behind this island here, getting in position. C cap is now being flipped, which means that one of the other destroyers has gone into C cap. We've got Lightning there, we've got Akizuki, and we've got Chungmu. What? Lightning, Chungmu. Wow, okay. So something is at C cap, and it's... Oh no, it could have been a destroyer. It could be the Chungmu, because it could have been spotted a long time ago. I would think it's the Chungmu then. But yeah, don't switch targets so often. Focus on one at a time. There's no need to switch back and forth. You're just gonna end up like, you know, not making plays. A bit of a wasted radar there. I would have waited till you were behind the island to radar, because obviously, like as you can see, you've got no shot on anything. More importantly, you wanna be in a position where you're not spotted before you use that radar, because if you see now, the Otago had all the time in the world to set up that shot, and fortunately for you, he was not using AP and not ready to use it. But you can better believe he sent torpedoes at you. So essentially, you came behind that island to spring the trap, but you sprung that trap way too early. And yeah, you could try to help your team, that's true, but don't ever do that at the expense of your own ship. It's not going to help in a situation like that. Like right here, for example, the Otago is turning back in, which is just a bad decision on his part. And you see that now, which is good. Those torpedoes are going to force you to slow down, which you don't want to do. You've got that Chung Woo coming up from the south as well, so you have to be looking at that. Why are you using AP? There you go. This is dangerous. When you're in a Worcester, you always want to be kiting away, never kiting towards somebody. You want to be kiting away from them. Watch what's going to happen here. Oh, not what I thought. I was expecting him to shoot an AP at you, but he didn't because he's too busy lining up those torpedoes that are going to go right past you. Now you're looking that way, but look, there's the Chung Woo right there. He wants you to kill him. Oblige him. Now with all these torpedoes, I probably would not have DCP'd, just because you don't really want to get flooded out.
Enemy destroyer blown up.
Yeah, the Otago could have AP'd him to death, but he didn't know that, and he didn't plan accordingly. So, I'm here got a little lucky there. At this point, I would be turning straight due north for the Akizuki. There's really no need to head south. You're not going to run into anybody that way. And if you really want to help your team out, you need to help kill that Akizuki before the Yugungo gets killed.
Torpedoes to port.
The enemy team has taken the lead.
That hydro was a waste. I would not have used the hydro in that situation. You're far better off holding it for later. And yeah, you're very right. They absolutely went to D and died. They also went to A and died. They went everywhere and died. I want to comment real quick on the start. You noticed I'm in here in the chat. Everybody was asking if you were AFK. Yes, your turrets were moving, and I know you were trying to watch how the battle was gonna act. But consider for a moment that maybe the actions of sitting still is actually prompting the team to say, "Well, this guy's AFK. Screw it," and leave you alone. You saw all the battleships left you, and I would rather see you moving even at a quarter speed, just to prove that you are in the game. And you can always comment in chat and say, "Hey guys, can I get 1 or 2 battleships to come with me?" Had that happened, you guys would have won the ACAP pretty handily, right? The battleship could have taken out the Otago, you could have taken out the destroyers, and it would have been a very different fight. Oh well, it is what it is. So in general, I would say you're in a Worcester, you kill destroyers. Kill the destroyers, no matter what. Focus the destroyers. That's the most important thing to do. 2 is obviously to protect your citadels and your sides, stuff like that, which you did to a certain extent. 3 is just thinking about how you can put yourself in positions to have a large impact and that sort of thing. Work with your team. Your 2 destroyers ran off and got themselves killed. You kind of can't do anything about that, but you kind of also could try to communicate with them and talk to them, ask them to stay closer to you, that sort of thing. You never know, they might have actually done it. Stranger things have happened, right? Everybody knows that I'm going to draw a raffle because they're raffling like crazy. Alright, winner is Sean, which is hilarious because I know you said you wanted a community contributor container. So I'm pretty sure that's what you're going to be asking for. Hey guys, any other comments for Amin here? Amin here? Yep, I already entered it in on my spreadsheet that you wanted a community contributor container. Just wanted to wait for that last moment there for you to confirm it. Here you go, sir. Congratulations. make minimap as big as possible. Well, you saw how big my minimap is. Some people say that's crazy, but I like the extra visibility, being able to see what's going on and stuff like that. To me, that's going to be the most important, right? Let's see, let me put this in the done folder. And let's look back at what we covered today. So we started off with the Wyoming. We went to the Lyon. We did the Molotov. Jervis was really quick. Montana. And then Jean Bart and Worcester. Yeah, so what is that? 7 replays? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. Yeah, did I say Jervis? Should have said Jutland. Anyway, guys, I do hope that you enjoyed hanging out on your Saturday. I appreciate you taking the time to do so. And get out there, do some sub mode or something, have some fun. Positioning wasn't aggressive. Yes, absolutely. Once you notice that the battleships were on the other side of the minimap, I think it's really important for you to, you know, be more aggressive in that ship. Just kind of shove it around and force them to react to you. You notice how the Akizuki ran away as soon as you, like, you know, were there. So you have a tremendous amount of presence on that field, and don't be afraid to use that. And that was part of it, yeah. The other part is that they YOLO charged in Otago. I mean, come on. What are you doing YOLO charging in Otago? Yeah, I mean, you... Even if he was closer to the Otago, the destroyer still would have died. The big thing there is he didn't communicate with the destroyers and say something like, hey, can you come closer? That being said, you never know. Would that be enough to have an impact? I don't know. A lot of times, you know, destroyer players, any players, you know, you ask them to do something, they don't, and then, well, that's their fate, right? But the Asashio would torp the Otago, yeah, lol, not gonna happen. Alright, people, well, thanks for hanging out. Edge, thanks for the cheer or the bits or whatever, and somebody subscribed to me earlier, I think it was Lego Party. Thank you for the subscription, and guys, I'll see you next weekend. We'll be continuing to do streams on the holiday season because it's fun. And other than that, you know, I'm thinking about trying to start something up here where I just kind of play the game and stream, and you guys come hang out, and I can talk you through how to play some ships, like how I would play some ships. Would that be valuable to you guys, or do you think that's not as good as, you know, just looking at replays and that sort of thing? I'm just curious to know what you guys think. Don't ever think that destroyers can kill Otago, even if it's halfway. It's, you know, I don't know. I might give it a try. We'll see. We'll see what we can do. Cthulhu, I thought you were leaving. Go have your pizza. Alright, well guys, that'll be it for the day. Thanks for hanging out, and of course we're going to finish off with Let's Horn. So take care guys, I'll see you later.